Hello there, I'm IELTS Master Lee, and welcome to this Band 7 Plus vocabulary lesson. Today's topic is language. Ready to get started? Let's go. Should you watch this video? Well, if you know a lot of words but can't use them, then yes. If you want to make your English more natural, then yes. And if you want to hear example sentences for IELTS speaking and writing, then yes, you should watch this video. So in this video, we're going to look at collocations or words that go together for these words. Now these words might seem easy, but when and what to use them together with is very important. So the first word is talk. The second word is tell. The third word is concept. And the fourth word is speak. You probably already know what these words mean, but I'm going to show you how you can use them in a Band 7 Plus in an advanced way. All right, let's go. First word is talk. Definition. It's a verb to say things, to speak in order to give information or to express feelings, ideas, etc. And the noun version is a conversation or discussion. Some example sentences. First, we have, being able to make small talk is an essential skill for the modern office worker. And here we're using it as a noun. The next sentence. Last year, my boss asked me to give a talk on the new innovations at our company. This is also using talk as a noun. In the first sentence, we have make small talk. And the second sentence, we have give a talk. Give a talk, which is kind of like a speech. All right, let's look at some more collocations or words that go together with talk. First, make small talk. Oh, you've seen this before. Making small talk is having a simple conversation about normal things. The weather, what happened yesterday, sports, television, things like that. Making small talk. Next, talk to or with. Now, some people ask me, what's the difference between talk to and talk with? Really, there's no difference in usage. Some people will say, oh, talk to is a one-sided conversation, or talk with is a two-sided conversation. Well, no. Yes, if you look in the dictionary and look for examples, then maybe that's true. But in real life, if you listen to people speak, if you listen to people talk, they will say talk to or talk with for the exact same thing. So don't worry about the difference between talk to or talk with. Next, talk into or talk out of. Ooh, what does this mean? To talk someone into doing something means to persuade them to do something, to make them want to do something. And talk someone out of doing something is the opposite. So, for example, my friend wanted to go to a party last week, but I heard there might be some dangerous people there, so I talked him out of it. I talked him out of it. I persuaded him not to go. All right, talk into, talk out of. Talk someone into something, talk someone out of something. Next, talk about. So we don't use talk and then a noun. We need something after it. We can use talk to or talk with for a person, and then talk about for a subject. To talk about sports, talk about the news, etc. Next, to hold talks. This is an interesting one. How can you hold a talk? That doesn't make sense. But to hold talks is usually what people high up in the government do. They hold talks with other governments, or people in the business world will hold talks between businesses. Maybe the businesses will go together or will come together. So they're holding talks to contemplate the merger. Next one, to give a talk on. We talked about this before in the last slide. To give a talk on is to give a speech, to stand up in front of a group of people and talk about something for a long period of time. Right now, I'm giving a talk on IELTS vocabulary. Next, number 2, tell. The definition of tell is to give information to somebody by speaking or writing. And some example sentences. First, when children develop relationships, They gain the ability to tell friends about their struggles and successes. Next, my mother asked me to go and tell my father the truth, that I had broken the television. Oh, poor kid. They broke the television. You have to go tell dad. Uh-oh. Anyway, tell is this next word. Let's look at some more collocations, words that go together often for tell. First, we have to tell a story. Tell a story. So you can tell a and some kind of thing. Tell a story. Next, to tell a friend. So you can also tell a person. You can tell your father, tell your mother, tell a friend. You can tell a friend a story. Or tell a story to a friend. Those are the order. That's the order for those ones. Next, tell a tale. Ooh, what does tell a tale mean? What is the difference between story and tale? Well, usually tales are very exaggerated. This means they say too much. Sometimes they're not quite true. If you think about maybe stories that your grandparents told you about how the wolf met the lion and the sun rises or something like that, that's a tale or a myth. Tales are closer to myths than they are to stories. So there's usually some element of fiction, something that's not quite true in a tale. All right, next, to tell the truth. To tell the truth. Very nice expression, very nice collocation. You don't need to speak truth or say truth, but you do need to tell the truth. Next one, just tell. This is very common when someone told you something recently. For example, my friend just told me that he won $1 million. Wow! Just told me means he recently told me. Just a little while ago. Just told me. Just tell. Okay? Last one. Go and tell. Go and tell. Look back at the previous slide for an example of go and tell. All right? Next word, number 3. Concept. Concept is an idea or a principle that is connected with something abstract. All right, and some example sentences. First, it is hard to predict if a business will succeed based on their concept alone. And next, when I was younger, I had difficulty grasping the concepts of basic mathematics. Ooh, the ideas, the principles. All right, next, collocations for concept. First, we have a new concept, okay? It's a new concept. Well, that's a new concept. I'd never thought of that before. New concept. Next, a fundamental concept. Ooh, two big, beautiful words next to each other. Fundamental concept. Fundamental means basic, the foundation, fundamental. It's a fundamental concept. You need to understand the fundamental concepts if you want to move on to more advanced things. Next one, based on a concept. We have an example of this in the previous slide, based on a concept. Following that, apply a concept. Instead of use a concept, we can use a better word and say apply a concept. We can apply the concept of this to that. Apply a concept. And next, to grasp a concept. Instead of to understand a concept, you can say to grasp a concept. Grasp means with your hands to grab and hold something, but in this case, you're understanding the concept. And then last, to introduce a concept. Not to tell a concept or to teach a concept. You can do that too, but to introduce a concept, to tell someone about a concept for the first time. Some wonderful collocations here. Next, speak, another easy word that you probably already know with fantastic collocations. First, speak means to talk to somebody about something, to have a conversation with somebody. And some example sentences. Generally speaking, royal families in the modern world do not have much political power. Here, generally speaking means usually it's true. I'm not speaking precise. I'm speaking in general. But there is some truth to the statement. Next, I think that what a person does in difficult times speaks volumes about their true character. Speaks volumes, another very interesting expression with speak. To speak volumes means tells you a lot about someone or something without saying anything. So their actions or what they do tells you about who they are and what it is. Speaks volumes, speaks a lot, tells you a lot. Other collocations for speak. Speak a language. Ooh, you can speak a language, you can speak English. That's an easy one. Next, speak volumes. We have an example of that in the past slide. Generally speaking, also an example in the last slide. Strictly speaking. Now this is the opposite of generally speaking. If generally speaking is usually true, strictly speaking is exactly, it's precise. For example, that couple, strictly speaking, they're married, but they've lived in different houses for a long time. All right, strictly speaking, precise, exact, no errors. To speak eloquently. Speak eloquently. Eloquently is a beautiful word. Eloquently means you can speak in a very educated, nice way. You use good words, good collocations, quite advanced. All right? And to speak openly. To speak openly means to be open and to speak in that manner, to tell people a lot about something. Usually it involves a personal thing. Maybe someone is speaking openly about their illness. Perhaps they have some kind of illness and they were afraid to talk to people before, but now they're speaking openly about it. All right? Those are the 4 words and the collocations for today. Your action step is to use each word to write 2 sentences and post your sentences in the comments below. Be sure to use collocations from this lesson when you can. Good luck! For more IELTS practice, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us at youtube.com/IELTSmaster or IELTS-master.com. And tell me, what do you want to see next? Let me know in the comments and I'll try to put together a video lesson on it. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic day.